The Ruby Macaque, 1,000,000 souls. Duskbringer, 1,000,000 souls. Dawnbringer, 1,000,000 souls. I remember playing this game in the early stages thinking I'm never going to be able to get Dawnbringer. How on earth did anyone ever get 1,000,000 souls? And I know a lot of people are thinking exactly the same thing, particularly regarding that new weapon, the Ruby Macaque. But it happens. Souls do come your way quicker than you realise eventually when you're in certain guilds, when you've achieved a few things in the game, and when you've got a really good soul farming team. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few really good teams to get souls really fast. Right, souls. Now remember, this is a soul farming video, so we want to be properly equipped for the job. This is all about maximizing as many souls from each battle as we can and getting them as quickly as possible. So for that reason, we want to be properly equipped. So we're going to pop to our armor bonus, and if you have Death Knight armor, if you've bought that, you should have it selected anyway, but just double check to make sure it is, because you get plus 100% souls from that per battle. Really cool. Now, if you don't have that, or if you're a free-to-play player, next best one is Celestial Armor. Doesn't cost you any of your cash. You can just chuck in some gems, 500 gems, totally worth it. Plus 50% gold, plus 100% souls. So the same as me with my Death Knight armor, which I paid for with real money, you can get the same amount of bonus from souls for free, effectively, just by chucking some gems into the game. If you don't have that many gems, then you can have Spider Armor instead. Not bad, plus 75% bonus souls. But a couple of other things to check at the same time. One is a particular pet. You can go to your pets, scroll down to Moon, and just make sure you've got it upgraded if it's sitting there waiting to be upgraded. Sometimes you've got that arrow on the pet, which means it's waiting to be upgraded, and if this one is, make sure you give it enough food to get it to level 20, because when it's at level 20 you get plus 5% souls from battles. So really cool, and like I say, it's all about just squeezing every last drop of souls from the game. But we are not finished there. We can still squeeze a bit further with our soul squeeze team. If we go across to class, Necromancer has a couple of things which squeeze a bit more out of this. In soul, gain an extra soul on 4 or 5 gem matches. That may not sound a lot, just 1 soul on 4 or 5 gem matches, but the way the team works, when we cast Leprechaun, we will randomly match just 4 matches here and there, just by pure chance, and when you do, you get an extra soul, and over a great many games, over the days, weeks, months, that is going to significantly add up, so certainly worth getting. And in the talent trees, make sure you have Soul Caller. Again, gain 1 soul every turn. It's just a few extra souls per game, but over a great many games it absolutely adds up, and when you combine all these things together, it adds up to a significant amount of extra souls. So make sure you've got all that stuff done. Alright, so for this first team we do need Pharos Ra. He is a mythic, but I will show other teams that do not use him, so don't despair if you do not have Pharos Ra. But the reason he's so good is he has Necromaster, gain 150% bonus souls from battle. That is really cool, and we literally do not care about his spell. He's just there for that 3rd trait, so make sure you have that 3rd trait. The other key to this is Phylactery. Easy to get weapon, restores your life to full, gain an extra turn, and gain magic plus 1 souls. So the amount of souls you get from this when you cast will vary upon your status in the game, how far you've got, your magic level. So the higher you gain in magic, the further you go, you will find your souls slowly but surely increasing. So the benefit from this actually increases as we go along. And the other troops for this are Leprechaun. Starts battles with full mana when you have that 3rd trait. Explodes magic-based green gems, and it's going to charge up the team. But you make sure you have both of these charged up, ready to cast one after the other. And the way Sacrificial Priest works is, first of all, he has Necromancy, gain 50% bonus souls from battle, but he sacrifices an ally. Not very nice, but deals scatter damage boosted by the sacrificed ally's attack. Stick on medals which increase your attack, and what you can do is just kill the troop with the highest attack. This is normally going to be the hero, so you're going to get both of these charged up by casting Leprechaun, then cast Phylactery to get the souls bonus, then cast Sacrificial Priest to take out that troop and kill off the enemy team. So let's see how that works. A banner for this is important to get the most out of it. +2 purple, +1 blue I've gone for here. Right, so let's take it out there then and see how many souls we get. Now, at the time of making this video, this is actually the best time to run a soul farming team, and because there's lots of gnomes around at the moment, and as such, there's a thing called a soul gnome, and when he comes along, he will drop like between 1,000 and I think it's 5,000 souls every time, which is really cool when that thing comes along. And I've had it a few times already today, just by just reminding myself how these teams work. But anyway, this team works really simple. You can collect something like that from the beginning if you like, and you just cast this, cast Sacrificial Priest, and job done. Really, really quick. That is as simple as that. To boost up the attack of your team, if you're a really newer player, then just stick on some medals that give your team some increased attack. And as you can see, 366 souls from that. Mega, mega fast. Now, if you get the luck of the draw when you cast your Leprechaun and destroy the gems, and you get both your weapon and troop up right away, you can easily get 4 fights in a minute. So that'd be like over 1,200 souls a minute. Now, balance it out and just say, okay, over the sake of over the course of an hour, your Leprechaun is not going to charge up. Like both those top troops literally all the time. It's working really luckily for me at the moment, but it's not always going to be that way. So we'll round it down to 1,000 souls a minute. Easily 1,000 souls a minute. So that's 60,000 souls an hour, not including the soul gnome, which could come along and just drop between 1,000 and 5,000 extra souls every now and again as well. So extra from that. So this is a really, really cool team. Really, really fast for getting souls. If you want to farm souls, I think this is the fastest way to do it right now. Really, really cool. There we go. It's working almost all the time. It's like really, really quick. So yeah, really nice team for getting souls. But what if you don't have Pharos Ra? If by some bizarre twist of fate you picked up a Pharos Ra but don't have a Sacrificial Priest, you can chuck in something like a Rowan instead. Bung on a Medal of Anu just to give her a 20% starting mana, makes things a bit quicker, but same theory. You cast your Leprechaun, cast your troop at the top phylactery to get the extra souls, then cast Rowan to win really fast. Not quite as good as the other team, 305 souls, but pretty decent. You can easily get like 3 or 4 battles in a minute with this, 3 definitely. So again, it's going to be around about 1,000 souls per minute. And finally, I come to this team. This is a team I come up with just a few minutes ago for players that don't have Pharos Ra yet, but this still gets a really decent amount of souls really, really fast. Still going to use Phylactery and Sacrificial Priest to finish the team off, but Aziris here is actually really, really helpful. Still has that Necromancy trait, so really, really cool, and gains bonus purple mana from purple gem matches. Really cool, so we get double lots of extra purple from that. With a mana surge of purple off the bat, or something like that, we can charge up the team mega, mega fast. If you don't have 2 Aziris, just chuck in somebody else that has the Necromancy trait. So let's fire this up. See how we do. Looking for purple off the bat, obviously for obvious reasons. There we go, nearly done straight away. Just need a yellow or purple, and we are ready to cast. Job done. Let's cast Phylactery. Let's cast Sacrificial Priest. Job done. So not as fast as the first 2 teams, probably by a smidge, but we're still getting 305 souls in this instance with me. So that is actually really cool without a Pharos Ra. Still easily get 3 fights a minute with this team. No sweat whatsoever. Keep an eye on the board as things drop. Make sure you're ready to like jump on some yellow or purple as soon as the allies finish its turn. And just to keep on going. Yeah, 3 fights a minute, easy. In this sort of instance, take gems from the top rather than the bottom, because then you can leave the gems at the bottom there. Oops, nearly cast the wrong order there. Always cast your Phylactery first. Take the gems from the bottom first. You can actually sometimes mess up the gems you did want to take at the top, if you know what I mean. I'll keep an eye on the board now. I was keeping an eye on this yellow there just to make sure I was ready to take that, providing the AI didn't mess anything up. And just keep on going. Like 3 fights a minute easy, 4 sometimes. So anywhere between 9 and 1,100 souls a minute. Pretty cool. Which over the course of an hour, that's going to be a heck of a lot of souls. So really cool. So yeah, we'll wrap this video up now. Just keep on getting purple, keep on getting yellow, and whack out those souls. And like I say, anytime you get the soul gnome come along during this gnome book weekend, that is really cool, because that will drop between 1,000 and 5,000 souls, I think it is, just in a single battle. And I've had a couple of them already when just testing these teams earlier. So there's the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to bash that like and subscribe button if you found it useful, anything like that. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.